Hey, how's it going, guys? Nate here, and today we're going to be talking about PlayStation 4 modding, which, oh my god, this is exciting news if you're into PlayStation 4. However, unfortunately, the news isn't that lovely. And then we're also going to have a little bit of a discussion regarding mod theft on the workshop and Bethesda.net. So, without further ado, let's do further. So starting off with PlayStation 4 modding, the biggest kick in the nuts that we've heard so far is that there's going to be a 900 megabyte limit on how many mods you can download on the PS4. Now, mind you, the Xbox One has a 2 gigabyte limit. More than twice as much data size is available on the Xbox One, whereas on the PlayStation 4, it's quite a small limitation. You see, even that 2 gigabyte limit on the Xbox One sometimes isn't enough. My load order is already completely filled up. I've already maxed out those 2 gigabytes, and I find myself deleting mods quite consistently now. And that's definitely going to be an even more pronounced problem if you're on the PlayStation 4, especially considering there's going to be some mods in the future, some of the really big, like, Cascadia-esque mods, that add in way more than 900 megabytes worth of content that it looks like Sony users might not be able to get unless Bethesda is able to increase this limitation. Now, the reason for many of the limitations that I'm going to continue to list in this video, as well as this one, it appears to be that Sony is running on their own OS. The PlayStation 4 is running on a bit of its own operating system, whereas the Xbox One and Microsoft products all run on Windows. Windows is a pretty universally well-known operating system. Most people are quite familiar with it. In fact, the developers probably developed Fallout 4 on Windows computers, right? Whereas Sony's using their own, like, gibberish thing that they've created, making it a lot more difficult of a platform. Now, furthermore, in terms of limitations the PlayStation 4 so far is suffering, there's not going to be any sound files allowed in mods so far. As Bethesda's came out, they said that sound files aren't going to work with mods upon release. Now, this could change in the future if Bethesda's able to familiarize themselves with Sony's OS and kind of figure this out down the line. I'm not saying that's likely. This could be a permanent issue. It might be something that's uncorrectable. Bethesda didn't really clarify that. But so far, sound files won't be able to be ported into mods on the PlayStation 4, meaning if you download a mod for a gun or something that's got its unique sound file, you're not going to get to hear it shoot, which is definitely going to be a bit of an immersion breaker over. Another problem in feeding Sony mods, and I'm so sorry, this is awful, is they're going to be using PC textures. Essentially, what this means is that PC textures are going to are basically going to have to be used with mods. Now, I just restated what I said previously, but this is a problem here, because while PC textures look a lot better than generic console ones, consoles aren't made to run with PC textures. PC textures are of a much higher quality, but they use so much processing power, and it's definitely going to slow down the game. It's going to slow down your FPS rates. It's going to make it a little bit more choppy and whatnot, and it's going to deliver a much lower performance grade than what you'd be getting with console textures, albeit while PC textures look a bit more pretty. Now, Bethesda's come out, they said that they're working with Sony to get their own texture pack available to kind of correct this issue, however, we're not too sure. And finally, regarding PlayStation 4 mods, we've got a little bit of good news. The beta is very, very soon. The private beta for for PlayStation 4 modding should be coming out in the next couple of days. They're making it available to anyone who creates a PS4 based mod on Bethesda.net, which also Bethesda.net has been opened up to include PS4 submissions now. So if you create a mod, you can also submit it for PlayStation 4 too. And if you do that, you're going to be invited to the closed beta. Now, I'm sure they're also inviting some people who haven't created mods there via email, who have already signed up through Bethesda's beta program. Not too sure about that, but it appears that they are at least following schedule. It seems like with the beta coming out in the next few days, it looks like Bethesda is going to have mods up and running for the PlayStation 4 this July, albeit with some limitations, which hopefully will be corrected quite significantly in the upcoming future. Alright, but now that we're done with PS4 talk, I guess, I want to make a brief announcement regarding mod theft, particularly on consoles, but I suppose this is also applicable to PC as well, to a much lesser degree, fortunately. So, one of the biggest issues plaguing the Xbox One when it first received mod support was mod theft. Essentially, what people do is they go to a website or a service that distributes mods like the Steam Workshop, like the Nexus. They take a mod from there, they download it, and then they re-upload that mod's files to Bethesda.net and give it console support. And while this is completely okay if you're the mod's creator or if that person has consent from the mod's creator, if they don't, that is mod theft, and that is very, very wrong, and it's a huge problem right now. People are stealing someone else's work, uploading it to a form they don't have permission to, and then assuming credit for it, oftentimes even setting up their own donation button. So not only are they stealing credit now, but they're also stealing their money too. So this is a pretty big issue. If you see a mod that you don't believe was uploaded with the creator's consent or whatnot, please don't download it. Please report it or something just to get it out there. Hopefully this problem gets resolved. Fortunately, Bethesda has taken quite significant steps to try and limit this practice, but it looks like it's never going to fully go away. So the best we can do is stay aware of it and hopefully just not support this thing. But anyway, guys, that concludes the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to leave a like. I'm sorry for my last video. It did not have a thumbnail, and this was bugging me so badly the other day. I uploaded a video, and I forgot to initially include a thumbnail with it. So I thought, oh, no problem. I'll upload the thumbnail later. And when I did, it wasn't rendering, it wasn't working, and it looks like YouTube's just taken a very, very long time to process that thumbnail. So right now it looks quite unprofessional, and oh my god, this has been bugging me for the past 24 hours. But in terms of this video, I hope you all enjoyed. Like if you liked, dislike if you disliked, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.